When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Waiting for people to get the notification. Come on in. Hey, Brent, good to see you. Noelle, Marlene, Robin, good morning. How are you doing? How's everybody? Good morning, Pamela, Tom, Janie, hello. Zippity Doodah, good morning. See if we can get a little bit better here for YouTube. YouTube seems to want to have problems this morning. Hey Angels, good morning. Lot in the news, a lot in the news. Let me go back to scaling this down. Don't know if I can do it. Oh well, video is currently active. Can't change the video setting. Okay, so hopefully YouTube just keeps buffering on me this morning. And so we'll just have to let that go. Hey, Teresa, good morning, good morning. Okay, let me quickly read to you a little bit of Psalm 51, then we can get started. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to your loving kindness, according to the multitude of your tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions, wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you with only have I sinned, and done this evil in your sight, that you may be found just when you speak, and blameless when you judge. So everything is fine. Okay, good, Robin. Hey, Mary Ann, good to see you. Yeah, Brandon, I'm telling you. Before we get started, let me remind you, hey, Beck, that today at 1 o'clock, God's Views on Political News will be on live on the Facebook page, God's Views on Political News. So hope you can join us over there. Hey, Renee, you will have, you can be able to give comments, and also you will be able to ask any questions that you want. Hey, Lori, yes, set your alarms. Don't be late. Be there. Be square. So it's good to see everybody. Thank you for inviting your followers. Trump rally today is in West Virginia, and the coal miners there are going to be very happy with him because he has rolled back the Obama anti-coal regulations, so they'll be very happy. And he has been doing that ever since he came in. So, hey, Lynn, good morning. I see some people are being kicked out as we have more people coming in rapidly. So hopefully you'll be able to stay in. I wanted to also tell you that coal burns the cleanest. Yep, I'm a coal miner's daughter, Marlene said. Good morning, Lynn. Also, they found Molly Tibbetts. They feel that that was the young lady that was missing from Iowa. They found her body. They do believe it is her. Sources say that it is her. This festival of sacrifice in Minnesota at Viking Stadium should not be allowed. I didn't see that. I don't know if that had anything to do with football. I certainly don't watch that. Yeah, it's so sad. I don't know. Again, we don't know the details yet of what happened, but I can only imagine if her boyfriend wasn't involved in it at all, and doesn't seem at all that he was because he was out of town. But, I mean, can you imagine she was going over to his house to watch the dogs and this happens? He'll be blaming himself forever for that, even though it's not his fault that happened. But I imagine it would be very hard. Like, he'll be thinking, if she wasn't at my house, this wouldn't have happened. If only I hadn't asked her. So sad. I hope she wasn't tortured. Yeah, me too, Beck. That's horrible, horrible. So say prayers for the family. Yeah, Teresa, basically a young lady, 20 years old, in Iowa went over to watch her boyfriend's dogs because he was out of town. Hey, Kat. And she disappeared, and she's been gone since July 18th, and they just found her body. They were offering a huge reward for her. Parents were holding out hope that she was still alive and with somebody that she knew. Wasn't she jogging her normal routine? Renee, she wasn't. She was at her boyfriend's house, staying there, which leads me to believe they were saying that she was there watching the dogs. So I think she was in a neighborhood she wasn't normally in. Press conference this afternoon, I believe. Yeah. I can't even almost begin to imagine what the parents are going through and having to deal with this tragedy. Beautiful young woman. And they don't know what happened. She did go out jogging supposedly, and then it appeared, they said, that she had returned home and she was at that time doing homework or something like that. Also, I don't know if you heard, but the guy in Colorado that is suspected of killing his wife and his two beautiful daughters, his pregnant wife and his two beautiful daughters, is now saying that he killed the mother, but he killed her only after he had told her that he was having an affair, and he claims that she strangled the two daughters and killed them, and that's why he killed her. I think, yeah, horse manure. Yeah, that's a good word, Marlene, because I couldn't say what I was really thinking. But that's absolutely ridiculous. He's evil. Seems to be. I don't believe she strangled him, no. I knew he was having an affair, Beck said. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that a pregnant mother is going to turn around and kill two of her daughters. And I'm the queen of the world, too. I know, Marianne. I know. I guess he wanted to try to put something in there that would make the jury believe there wasn't reasonable doubt. I say it's BS, Wayne said. Evil is running rampant. Very rampant, Renee. Very rampant. So, hopefully, yeah, Robin says liar. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that guy is messed up beyond belief. Seen that before with Scott Peterson? Exactly. It reminded me so much of the Scott Peterson story. So, we'll see where that goes. I mean, he did admit to one murder, so you could just take him for that. And that's what the news is saying. He admitted to the one murder. Doesn't he realize too much technology today? I don't know, Teresa. It doesn't seem that very many people realize that. It's kind of weird, you know? I mean, they do things and they think they're not going to get caught. Should be able to disprove an autopsy on the girls, I would think. I hope so, Patrick. I know in the news the other day they had a videotape, and I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. Did they find her or murder? They found her body, Barbara. So, if you're talking about Molly Tibbetts and the mother of the two girls, is that a fan blowing new sound? You know, it's actually a fan blowing, but it's been on every time I've been using it for the last week. I'm surprised that you can hear it. The two girls were, if we're talking about are you talking about Molly or the two girls? Haley, weird, someone else said Scott Peterson. Yeah, morning everyone, Barbara. So the two girls were strangled with the mom who was pregnant. Guys, don't kill your wife. P.S. Yeah, guys, don't kill your wife. He led them to the family after he initially confessed. Me Too, half deal from Loud Music. Half deaf. He led them to the family after he initially confessed. Yeah, and the girls were, as you know, or you probably heard, they were down in oil, cans of oil or something like that. But what I was saying, there was a video of the little girl, the oldest little girl, who was basically singing a song about loving her father and how she could trust him and, felt safe with him and things like that. They had money issues in the past. That's what I heard, Brandon. I also heard, I read that the mother had lupus and had a very difficult time getting pregnant this last time, but she really wanted to have the baby. Such a sad story. I know, Marianne. Just it's like Scott Peterson and this guy, whatever the case may turn out to be. But if you don't want to be married to your wife, here's something. Go ahead and get a divorce. Barbara, he is saying that he killed the mother after the mother strangled the two daughters, which I don't believe. Why would a little girl be singing about that? I don't know, Renee. I didn't listen to the song. It was a kid's song about it, about I love my daddy, that type of thing. And somebody was videotaping her doing it while she was sitting in her car seat. Total coward, absolutely. Then why did he hide them? Yeah, that was just heartbreaking. Yep. The whole thing is just cruel, cruel, cruel. And again, a mom that, unless she was absolutely sick in the head, which I don't believe it, wouldn't be pregnant, having problems getting pregnant, and then kill children. There are monsters among us. Patrick said, "Yep, makes me angry." Barbara said, "Makes me angry." Robin said, "Makes her feel sick." Absolutely. It's disgusting. So, again, if he has actually admitted to one murder, I would say go ahead and accept that plea and then try him on the two little girls. I mean, I don't know. Hey, Chessie, I don't know what difference it would be. Maybe longevity in jail if 3 murders rather than just 1. The truth will always come out. Yeah. God, I mean, but how despicable do you have to be to do that? Sad the woman was so blind she didn't know he was cheating. Yeah, but I think it happens a lot of times, Beck. And, maybe he's, let's say he works out of town or he has a lot of work, he's out a lot or whatever. I mean, possible that she wouldn't know. I mean, she had her hands full with 2 little girls and a pregnancy. So, I don't think it's unusual. It's sad, but, didn't they have an argument beforehand? I read something about an argument. Not to mention the unborn child, 4 murders in my opinion. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But they're not, they said some other claim for the unborn child. It wasn't murder. Where did they find Molly? I haven't heard, Barbara. They're not giving details yet. It was probably, somewhere in Iowa, I'm guessing. Good morning, my lovely Sue and your beautiful girls. Mom loves Gracie. She has a growing fan base here in Trinidad. That's cool, Josette. Those precious kids are with Jesus now. Absolutely, Brandon. Good morning, Daniel. Good to see you. Brandon, don't you start work in 2 days? Which is very cool, your new job. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what Planned Parenthood does. An unlawful termination of a pregnancy. Of course, it's lawful in their minds, but next Monday. Okay, cool. There's a lot of cheaters go without being caught. If you trust your partner, you don't look for signs. Exactly. Jesse said exactly, Susan. Sean Austin had a vision where she was and said 2 weeks ago she was dead. Oh, wow. I mean, I don't think it was too hard. Gonna have to sneak next week. I know, Brandon. I don't think it was too big of a guess to think that she was dead. He's a ghost whisperer. Barbara said, if they were strangled, they should be able to measure handprints on their necks. I don't even like saying that. That's true. I don't know what happened in the oil, if the oil made any difference. I'm looking for work. The company's closing. Oh, wow, Beck. We'll pray for you that you find work. Who's Sean Austin? Barbara, what did you say about him? Some type of something whisperer. Hey, Cully, good to see you. Maybe he is a psychic. I have no idea who Sean Austin is. I heard something from Judicial Watch. I was just going to kind of tell you a little bit about what I had heard. I don't know if we talked about it before in here, but Planned Parenthood can kill kids, but it's murder if you do. Exactly. He's a ghost chaser. Used to be on TV. Okay, Barbara said. Judicial Watch is doing a lot of FOIA requests, lawsuits lately, and they've been talking about Bible forbids communicating with spirits. Yes. Love Tom Fitton. I know, he's great, Marianne. But he was talking about Lanny Davis. Recently they did a FOIA request to try to get some additional emails of Hillary Clinton. Supposedly, all the emails were gotten, but that wasn't true. Judicial Watch says they uncovered 5 new Hillary Clinton emails when they did their FOIA request. Does haunted houses An old cemetery is where people see things. Oh, great. Okay. Thanks, Barbara. So in the 5 emails, they have classified information in those 5 emails. Question being again, where's the DOJ? Where's Jeff Sessions? Where is anybody looking to investigate the fact that we have a law that's broken? Sean Austin is a Periscope person who goes to cemeteries and speaks with the spirits. That's freaky. Beck said, if they were straight, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty freaky. Anyway, these 5 new emails, they're classified. In one of these emails, there is an email to Hillary from Lanny Davis. Does that name ring a bell? And he says, oh, every time I see you, you're looking younger than the time before. So he's a liar, we know already. But I don't buy into that stuff about the cemetery stuff. Yeah, love when he goes to Amityville House. That's creepy. So anyway, you remember him? Hey, Frankie, good to see you. So basically what they're saying is, yeah, he's Cohen's attorney. So here we have a good friend of Hillary Clinton who is now representing Michael Cohen. Good to see you, Frankie. Thank you for the super hearts, Frankie. So does anybody find that strange? You know, now it kind of explains why Lanny Davis is talking to the lawyer who brought down Nixon. I would think that Lanny Davis would do anything to go against President Trump, even if it meant using his own client. Just my opinion. There's no proof of that. What I don't know about that, Cohen. Yeah, that's Renee. That was something that the Judicial Watch had talked about. I discount nothing in the realm of possibilities. I know, Barbara's crazy. So I think that you're going to see more information coming out. Now, you know, already they're saying that, we talked about this yesterday, that Michael Cohen is being investigated for bank fraud of about $20 million. And this was in regards to a taxi business that he has. Beck says Cohen is a sellout. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, Beck. Sellout on what would be the question. If Trump didn't do anything illegal, he's not selling out on anything. I mean, if he doesn't have anything, then he can't sell out. Not surprising now. Nowadays, I know, Noel. It's crazy. These people are all a bunch of crooks. Marianne, and not only that, they're all connected. They are all connected. Taxi medallions. Lanny Davis is one sly dude. Josette said, yeah. They're all connected to the Clintons. You wonder why how the Clintons have gotten away with things for 30-some years? Because they know everybody, and everybody knows them. They are all connected. You know, there's not even 6 degrees of separation. They're like next door neighbors, nephews, nieces. They're all related. As hard as Judicial Watch is working to get the truth, I still don't think anything will happen to the Clintons. If it does, I'll be shocked. I agree, Robin. What about the report Donna Brazile was at the hospital when Seth Rich brought in? Is that true? Lori, that was an accusation made by Matt Couch, who basically said that, yeah, like a pyramid scheme. I know. Matt Couch, who says that he and his investigative team found that out. So that's his words. He's also gotten a letter from Donna Brazile's attorney, he says, claiming that he needs to, recant on that story and cease and desist. And if he doesn't, then they're going to sue him. So he is saying that she was absolutely, in his words, 1,000% was at the hospital when the night that Seth Rich died. That's his words, not mine. I have no idea. That's what he said, though. And he says he can back it up. He's not going to cease and desist. Yeah, I know. So, they all wish they had something on Trump so they can get away with their own criminal activities. That's right, Lori, because when they have you focused over here on President Trump, you're not focused on what they did or what they're doing. Well, if he has proof, he should show it. Bots aplenty today, Marlene said. Well, Lori, I guess he will show the proof if and when he feels it necessary to do so. But, I read about 2 high-level players being there prior to Matt releasing, but not the names. Yeah, I don't know. Cohen is rolling over. He's a patsy. Yeah, I don't know, Beck. I don't know what he's got to roll over on. You know. Meanwhile, college kids are destroying statues again. Yeah. And in North Carolina, what is it with North Carolina? Is there some, like, disease going around North Carolina where people just go and do crazy stuff? Yesterday at UNC Chapel Hill, basically on the statue of Silent Sam, which is a statue been there since 1913, I think, from the Daughters of the Confederacy. They put up like tarp all around the statue, and then you heard someone saying they're going to threaten Trump with locking up his kids. Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, it's the water, BC said. It must be. It has to be. So they put the tarp all the way around it, and then at some point in the afternoon, it just came toppling down. George Webb reported a lot of what's just being released a long time ago. Those kids should be arrested, in my opinion. Cohen played his one card he had. Exactly, Barbara. College towns are being overtaken by liberal trolls. Yeah, the thing of it is, though, how are you going to tell who toppled that statue? Because they had the tarp all around it. Note to the professors and the staff and the administration at these colleges, don't let people put tarp up so you can't see what's going on. I know there were supposedly security cameras they had put up about a week ago. And so, you know, here are people tearing down things, saying, you know, no more white supremacy. We've gotten rid of white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. Sick of this whole thing with the kids, Mueller, and it just keeps going in circles. Yeah, the whole thing with the kids is just creating chaos, which is what Obama wanted to do while he was in office. They don't realize that their endowment came from the folks they are protesting. They don't care. But what gets me is like, okay, if you don't like something, ask for it to be removed and put it somewhere in a museum. All I saw was a black cop laughing as it fell, really upholding the law. Yeah, that person should be suspended or fired today if he was laughing at the fact that people were committing a crime right in front of his face and he wasn't making any arrests. I heard Mark Chapman may be released. He attempted to kill Reagan, worried for Trump. There's a man right now who threatened to kill President Trump. He's a 27-year-old Sean Richard Christie, who supposedly, he's 27 in Pennsylvania, but supposedly made a threat against the president. He was last seen Sunday night in a stolen vehicle in Maryland. He posted on his Facebook, "Keep it up," and he was saying this to the Northampton DA, John Morganelli. "I promise I'll put a bullet in your head as soon as I put one in the head of President Donald J. Trump." That guy needs to be caught like yesterday and prosecuted. But as I was saying, you know, when you have a statute like that and you don't like it, and if everybody agrees it ought to be taken down, then take it down and put it in a museum. They consider statues down and erect a monument to the devil in Arkansas. Yeah, that's true, Tom. That's scary talk. He and Madonna and the rest of them. Yeah, I know, Brandon. But, you know, this is history. Whether you like the history or agree with the history or not, it's still history. And you are destroying history. You destroyed a statue that was there, and it was at least 1913 is how old the statue is from that date forward. And you just destroyed it. And you're sitting there blaming it on, oh, we're getting rid of white supremacy. I mean, it's crazy. They said earlier in the day the protesters covered the statue with the tall gray banners so they could do their dirty work, and said it's an alternative movement for a world without white supremacy. I'm trying to catch up. I was battling a spider, Chesney said. You can't erase history. Well, Lee, Obama tried very hard, and they're still trying to erase history. Hey, Alan. They are trying to be like Durham. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. You need to arrest people that are breaking the law. We're headed into a time of so much lawlessness. That's what an invading army does when they take over a place, topple the statue. Well, not only that, Tom, look at what ISIS does when ISIS goes in and takes over a church. the first thing they do is they destroy anything in that church, right? That has to do with Christianity. These people are destroying anything that has to do with history. A Arkansas Satanist put up an 8-foot statue of Baphomet, which I thought was fitting since of Clinton's state. Renee said, "Yep." And the governor of North Carolina is weak. Well, and it was done on private property. So I mean, really, what should happen is that people are arrested. That's what should happen. And apparently, nothing's going to happen. They're not going to touch those people at all. Even in our country, some black activists are trying to get our Christopher Columbus taken down. Just that, so that's horrible. And that's in Trinidad. So it's happening all over. I mean, you are seeing people who are trying to erase history, and you know, again, just remove it and put it in a museum. That's all you have to do. I see that we are joined by a lot of people who are taking pictures. So, not sure the purpose of doing that, but hey, yeah, I know they're out big time, Renee. Reminds me of the picture of Ben Carson being moved at the university to a less visible place. I know, Teresa, and what is that all about? If that were any other black man, there would be a rage over that. But because it's Ben Carson, because he works with the president, they can treat him whichever way because they love you. I knew that had to be it, Barbara. I knew that had to be it. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty weird. So now also Jay Sekulow said that Planned Parenthood, nearly 140 people here start talking about, I know, they'll run if I do. Perry people, you do not take pictures without permission, Barbara said. Jay Sekulow says that Planned Parenthood is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in an attempt to block Judge Kavanaugh. Here's the shameful part about that. Part of that money that they're paying to block Brett Kavanaugh is money taken from our taxes. So in effect, indirectly, without our permission, they're using that money to block Brett Kavanaugh, to try to. The school books have been rewriting history for years now, so I'm not surprised that they are trying to erase it, Dawn said. Absolutely. Yeah, taxpayer money, Renee, that they're using to try to stop Brett Kavanaugh. So how rich is Planned Parenthood? Very, 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 very rich. I mean, think about it. They sell baby parts, they get money. They get our tax money. They get donations, private donations. My gosh, they make so much money. That's theft. Brandon said, yeah. But we don't get a say in what the money is used for, Brandon, because after all, we know that Planned Parenthood helps women, right? Women's rights, and they do women's exams and stuff like that. So, you know, instead of using that, though, using the money for that purpose, now they're being political and trying to stop Brett Kavanaugh, but nobody seems to complain about that. I'd love to allocate the tax dollars. Me too, Brandon. Me too. $200 a piece for killing babies. Abortion isn't free, Marlene said. KKK is pretty much non-existent. We need to be watching the Muslim Brotherhood and care. But see, Lori, that's just the point. They keep talking about white supremacy, and they take down these Confederate statues because they don't want you to know about, and they don't want you to focus on the Muslim Brotherhood and care. That's the whole point. If you can get you so incensed that you fight each other and you make it a racist issue, then you're not looking at what really is out there coming to harm you. And the kids are brainwashed. I mean, they believe what they're told in the classroom. And they'd better believe it if they want to write a paper and pass the class, right? So that's what's going on. And it's very sad to sit and watch. That's what's happening to our children, our society. It's just a scapegoat, yeah. And don't forget, Lori, I know you probably know this, but don't forget that it was Robert Mueller who, when he was approached by Obama, when Robert Mueller was the FBI director, he went into their FBI training manuals and took out any reference to Muslims and the Muslim Brotherhood or anything like that. He took it all out to please care. Now they're all selling ice cream called Roe versus Wade. Yeah, I saw that. Yes, he did. Yep. And so, you know, he was doing, it's funny because Obama asked the FBI director to do that. And if Donald Trump even so much as talks to the FBI, then it's, oh, you're obstructing justice. You're trying to keep them from doing their job. You're doing this. You're doing that. They prop up Antifa, BLM, and radical Islam. Yep. Exactly. So here's some craziness. I don't know if we talked about this. Craziness out of California. There's a bill that has gone through the assembly once, and it's going through again. I think they're required to do 2 votes on it before it goes to the governor. They're pushing a bill basically saying that when children go to a restaurant, they're only going to be allowed the option of water or unflavored milk. Crazy and California are interchangeable. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. So basically, this is Senate Bill 1192. It passed last Thursday, and like I said, it's going to go through for another vote. And what's going to happen? The parents, it's in California, Renee. Bring your own juice. Yeah. The parents will be able to go ahead and ask for a soda or for juice or something like that. But as I kind of mentioned yesterday when I was talking a little bit about this, you're going to be parent shamed. I mean, you're going to be, no, you can't have juice back. You can have that if your parents order it for you and they can request it. But you cannot, on the children's menu, you're only going to have water and unflavored milk. That's going to be your option. Because they don't want you to have sugar, because the American Cancer Society and the powers that be have decided you don't know what's good for you, or your parents don't know, so they're going to take care of it for you. What part of your life do they not want to legislate? All they want to legislate all. I flavor my chocolate milk with vodka. Well, I guess that'll be okay. You're an adult, Wayne, so you can do that. Yes, bring your own soda and straws. Yeah. But the parents in the restaurants will be shamed. There will be people like staring at them from across the room, like, how dare you give your child that? I'd have an awfully big purse to carry my own juices, Dawn said. Yada, 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 California crazy. Marianne said, goat milk or cow's milk? Yeah, that's the question, I guess. If you guys could, we're at the halfway point. If you would, please retweet. I would appreciate it. Sugar is killing us all, but it's so good. Marlene said, yeah, but I do use stainless steel straws. There you go. My son never had soda or chocolate till he was 5. The babysitter gave it to him. Milk allergy, tough luck. You drink water, Marianne. My mom said they are going to start making paper straws. Probably, Lori. So they can kill some more trees and, you know, I guess that's better. Josette said abortion is big business for these people, just like what Chelsea Clinton said. It's good for the economy. Evil. I don't know, Josette, did she say that before or after she put on her upside-down cross? Controlling everything, my goodness, yep. Kills the trees, yep. California won't stop until they have controlled every aspect of these people's lives. What happened to choice? Well, see, Brandon, if you were able to think for yourself, if you were among the elites and you had the intelligence to think, then they'd let you make that choice. But because you don't have that intelligence, they're going to make that choice for you. That's what happens. Yeah, I'm pro-choice. Give me a Coke. Brandon said. Now, trees are a renewable source. Florida grows a lot of trees for pulp. Shame on Florida. Shame on Florida, Marlene. California would just have you and, arrest you for that. Yeah, diet irregular. Yeah, better not have a regular Coke, because that has sugar in it. So anyway, that's California crazy. Expect that to pass. Now, also, you remember David Hogg, don't you? That cute little 18-year-old adult now, so that people can talk about him. Well, he told a New York magazine during, maybe use recycled paper, how about the people that make and sell straws, feel bad for them? Well, Lori, nobody cares that they go out of business, because, see, if it's good for the climate, that's all you really need. That's all that really matters. Whether it really is good for the climate or not, you just have to say that it is, and so everybody else, if you go out of business, whatever. People don't care. And by people, I mean the liberal, left-leaning Democrat elitists. So David Hogg told a New York magazine that he is going to run for Congress when he's 25. Now, thank God, right now, there's a rule that says you can't run for Congress any younger than the age of 25. If he could go now, I'm sure he would. If you question folks like Hogg, you're using your white privilege. Yeah, even though he's white, it's still white privilege. Here's what the young Hogg had to say. He said, older Democrats just won't move the F off the plate and let us take control. Nancy Pelosi is old. Whew, we have a few years for him to be arrested. I know. I know, Renee. Or to be totally forgotten. He's going to take a year off and not go to college right now, but he intends to go next year. And he said he's going to read a S-load of books when he goes. He wants to work on a presidential campaign, though, in 2020. So naive. He's right about Nancy, though. Well, yeah. You shouldn't call anyone old. Well, but Marianne, you know, he's a millennial, sort of. And he thinks he can say whatever. He thinks that cussing is just the greatest thing in the world and that people respect you for cussing and saying the F word and everything else. He didn't get accepted to a college, did he? Probably not. I think he may have gotten accepted to one California college. Yeah, we don't claim him. Pelosi is old. Well, more so than that, Renee, Pelosi's crazy in some ways. I bet he's an FBI informant. Lori, I don't know what he is. Old is a relative term. Marlene said, yep. I'd say Nancy's more cray-cray. I mean, while she is old, she's cray-cray. And that's her biggest problem these days. Senile, yeah, crazy old. There you go. I thought Irvine. Yeah, I think that was it, Noelle. And I think maybe one other college, but I'm not sure. Wherever he goes, he will be a pain and a thorn in the professor's derriere. Mad Max is crazy too. Yes. A lot of those going around lately, Beck. He will be old one day too, Lee said. Maybe, if he lives that long. I mean, you know, because like everybody else, when your time's up, your time's up. Who knows how long he'll live. That's not old. I'm 138 today, but look 64, Wayne said. See, Wayne's going to outlive everybody. She's going to pull the crazy card when they investigate Nancy. Yep. Someone came by. What did I miss? Not too much, except we talked about David Hogg wants to be a senator. There's a long list of cray-cray in Congress. There is, Robin, and it's just getting longer and longer and longer. You know, I do agree with the young Hogg. Did you? No. I said that when his time's up, like everybody else, his time's up. That's what I said. Good morning, Joey. I want to be a saint in heaven, Brandon said. Well, you will be one day. Now you're a saint on earth. Elizabeth Warren gave a speech about getting rid of corruption. TC, is she leaving? I know, really. Oh, Lord, that boy needs help. Yeah, he's cussing away and just saying that older Democrats just won't move the F off the plate and let them take control. Hey, Carmen, I really thought, you know, when you were in Congress, it wasn't about taking control. It was about doing your job for the people. Like, the people are the ones in control. Have you seen the Fahrenheit 11.9 trailer? David Hogg is in it. No, God, no. Oh. Pocahontas, bless her heart. Brandon said, yes. You will see Pocahontas in 2020. I really feel that she will be running for president. Could be with Joe Biden. Could be president and vice president, but she may just be running for president. Go to college. David, did he graduate for real yet? Yeah, he graduated. He's taking a year off, Barbara, because, you know, when you're that smart, you need some time off to kind of recoup. DNA test will be in order, Brandon said. We the people, not so much anymore. That's right, Robin. David wants to be a what? Yeah, I know. Just that. Don't even get me started about him. Democratic representatives don't represent the American citizens. It's true, Tom. Creepy Joe and a fake Indian, Brandon said. What a great combination, Brandon. Probably a winning ticket on the Democrat side. Hong's attitude is a result of Democrat values. You reap what you sow, Nikolai said. It's also probably a result of his parents and poor training. I want to see his birth certificate, Barbara said. Good morning, Susan. Been listening in on my TV while working in the garden, but wanted to take a moment to say hello. Thank you, Monique, for saying hello. This is, day 4 now that the jury in the Manafort case has failed to reach a verdict. They do have 18 causes of action that they're looking at, so they must have a unanimous verdict in order to be able to have a conviction. So in every one of those 18, they have to agree. Wasting money. Again, this is a bank fraud case with IRS mixed in with it. This could have been brought by the DOJ. This could have been brought by the IRS. We didn't need a special counsel to do this. We don't need a special counsel to go after the other people we're going after. They're all they're in trouble for not telling the truth to the FBI. The DOJ can handle that case. No link to President Trump. News alert, August isn't, just got eaten by a gator, third green. Oh, wow. My prayer is he's found not guilty because it would be funny. Barbara said they can't come to consensus. Did you read yesterday that this poor woman, I mean, my gosh, this was in South Carolina. I thought it was Florida, but it was South Carolina. She was walking her dog and she was attacked by an alligator, like an 8-foot alligator, that dragged her into the lagoon and killed her. I mean, my gosh, that, I don't even know. Woo, Hilton Head? Oh my gosh, Lori. Wow. Hilton Head is like a rich place. What did you get when you cross an FBI executive with a CNN executive? A baby hog. True. Who said that joke? That was Tom. Good one, Tom. Really, that's sad. I would have left. 12 feet long, Joey said. But does it happen a lot in South Carolina? I've heard about it in Florida, but South Carolina? How horrible, Robin said. The dog got away. Yeah, I guess she was trying to save the dog. Yeah, it did happen in Disney, that's true. But that's in Florida again. So it got her and not the dog. Correct, Brandon. The dog got to safety. Sea Pines, Hilton Head, Dawn said. Yeah, sorry, I meant Florida. 20 cases in the last 10 years. Whoa, BC, that's a lot. Hilton Head, lots of gators. Woo! A lot of rich people in Hilton Head. I mean, you got to be filthy rich to live in Hilton Head, typically. Why don't they just go in there and get rid of all the gators, you know? And the dog barked, Timmy fell in, a whale, come help. Conceal carry for gators, block. Okay. It's swamp area. Hilton Head sucks. It's all private. I would go in there and just get rid of all of the gators. Send them down to Florida, you know, whatever you want to do. Well, I guess they have rich gators, I guess. Lassie joke. Yep. Lassie was a boy. There, Beck, I don't know if you know that. Lassie was a boy. Never a female dog. So the longer the Manafort jury is out, the better it is for Manafort. But it doesn't, you know, that's statistically kind of what it looks like. That racists get rid of all the gators, yeah. Florida has opened up gator hunting. They need to do that in Hilton Head, South Carolina. But, I mean, seriously, they can have somebody go in there, capture all of those alligators, get them out of there, and it would be over with. That's kind of what gators do. They hang out at shoreline and snag a passing meal. I know, Tom. Oh. There's a wildlife sanctuary here in Savannah. I don't know why they just bring them here. Why they don't bring them there. Gator boots used to be popular. Florida has a boa problem. Wow. 2? My God. What is there, an infestation? That's one of the reasons I wouldn't want to go live in Florida because, I mean, of all the gator stories, that scares me. I don't want to be walking around one day and a gator take me in the water. Gators in every body of fresh water. Oh, snakes are huge down there. Gosh. Yeah, boa constrictors, I'd say it's huge. Just kidding. My in-laws are surrounded by alligators. We know to stay away from the lake when where they live. Robin said, we had a rattler here in New York. We have rattlesnakes here in California. And we have coyotes. That's the bad thing. We have coyotes. They're a problem. Boas are out of control in Florida, Lori said. Gracie will protect me. Marianne said, the Everglades are overrun with large snakes. Florida is a swamp. I know. Oh my gosh. You can get gators on the menu at rest in Florida. My gosh. We have no desert, Beck said. Unbelievable. I'm not going to be living in Florida, I don't think. Just deer here in North Carolina. Yep. Restaurants. Yeah, I mean, what does a gator taste like? Does anybody know? I don't even like visiting Florida, but we have to, Robin said. I've been to Florida once. Gator meat is pretty good if prepared properly. What does it taste like, Renee? Chicken. Yeah, I figured everything tastes like chicken. Why not just eat chicken? It's like gator tastes like chicken. People say like chicken. Even mosquitoes in Florida are huge. Good Lord. I don't know. I'm not a gator fan. Sorry. I would just not live anywhere there were gators, or if I could, I would get rid of them. If I could get rid of the coyotes, I'd get rid of the coyotes too. I hate the fact that they go out and they catch dogs and cats. State bird of the South, the mosquitoes. It really does taste like chicken, Daniel said. I figured it does. Huge flying roaches. Oh, Dawn likes it. Oh my God, born and raised in Florida. We are survivors. Haha, we have coyotes too. Frog legs are good too. We have coyotes here that really, sometimes they're not afraid of you. I was out riding my horse at one time, and my husband was on another horse, and I was on our horse. And basically, this coyote was sitting there, and he had an older horse that he was riding. He walked up to the coyote, who was laying down underneath a tree, and the coyote's like, yeah, hello, how are you? And didn't even move. And I rode up on my horse, and only then did the coyote get up. Texas had wild hogs that are dangerous. Gracie's here bothering again. Robin said they have coyotes in Kentucky too. Coyotes here too. They got moved here and they breed fast. Yeah, Renee. I know, Beck. Whoa, huh? Tried it for the first time in Tyler, Texas. Place called Coffee Landing. Hey, Danielle. Coyotes die here. So does Florida wild hogs. Wow. You guys, I mean, why do you have all these type of things there like that? That's just bizarre. They're here too, only go after pets. They're not monitored by their owners. Well, and sometimes the coyotes will go after the pets. Come to Chicago for super rats, and I don't mean our politicians. Hey, Chicago Pops. I saw a coyote here in Maryland. We have wild hogs. We have Gracie dogs. You want to come on? Come on. Come on. Jump. Come on. Here's Growly Gracie again. Okay. I've lived here for 30 years, no gator problems, Marlene said. Okay, quit growling. Quit growling, it's okay. She growls, as you know. As you know, she growls. Don't let her when she grows. The wild hogs can eat the alligators. Wow. Well, that's a good idea. Say hi, Gracie. Gracie has to get in her first growls. She's beautiful. Thank you, Lee. She's a sweetheart. She's still got that growly thing going. Petting her reinforces the behavior. Well, that's probably true. Hi, Gracie. She's gotten a lot better, but she growls. We talked about this yesterday. I think because she's so used to being hit or whatever when you pick her up, when she was abused from before. Yeah, now she's sitting pretty. I think her previous owner must have abused her all the time. What about the doofus that swam with the seals in Cape Cod and shark bit, don't swim with food? That's true. Renee said she's cute. Thank you. Waving a picture of parents at Gracie. BC said she's adorable. She's a good girl. She's getting sweeter and sweeter. She really is. She just has that growling issue that we're trying to work through. That we're trying hard to work through. Sometimes it's worse than others. I don't know if you heard about Hi My Lady and Beautiful Chica. Say hi, Josette. Too early for her. Yeah. In Flint, Michigan, the health director there has been ordered to stand trial for involuntary manslaughter after the two deaths were linked to Legionnaire's disease in the Flint, Michigan area due to the water. Say hi. Say hi, Gracie. She wants to lay down. Gracie is love. Look at, I wish I could show her. Can you see these feet, how big her feet are? Almost as big as her head. Almost as big as her head. They can't win in that city. I know. But can you imagine? You have your job and now you're up for involuntary manslaughter because people died because of the water. That's pretty amazing. Well, something needs to be done with their water. Absolutely. I don't know also if you guys heard, but there's a new challenge that the kids are doing. Yes, BC, we talked about that at the very beginning. Molly Tibbetts, they found her body. Trump needs to go there and fix the water. Would be great if he does this before the election. Not only that, Lori, but President Trump needs to go to Chicago and fix Chicago. Precious and crazy. Thanks, Lee. Yeah, the new challenge is, she's very photogenic, Josette said. She's, you know, people look at her like she's really, I don't know if you can tell, but she's a brindle color. And so people, when we take her out, they just look at her all the time. No, that jumping out of moving cars, Tom, we've gone on from jumping out of moving cars. Now what people are doing is that they're pouring alcohol on their bodies and setting themselves on fire. A 12-year-old girl in Detroit did that, and they're laying down the law in Chicago. They need to, Chicago Pops. Yes, so the 12-year-old doused herself with alcohol, set herself on fire because she saw it on a YouTube video, and it worked out well there. So she's been burned over 49% of her body. She's in the hospital probably for about the next 3 months, and she will have to have at least 3 surgeries. The mayor's not popular in Chicago. Yeah, well, he shouldn't be. The mayor ought to be run out of Chicago. Trump can't fix Chicago. No one can fix but their own to the police. Well, they can make the police do it. You know, what the hell are they thinking? I don't know, Beck. Obviously, at 12 years old, most people know better, but not anymore. They should help to decrease liberals. What the hell is wrong with these kids? I don't know, Lee. It's a state issue. Oh my, so sad. It is a state issue, Brandon, and I do believe that. But if the state is not acting to protect its citizens, then I think the federal government needs to step in. I mean, because, how long can you say, oh, well, let's just have a lawless state? You got to follow the law, and the feds need to make sure that they're doing that. You put an extra 600 cops on the streets and didn't stop it. Wow. Bring in the military. Yeah, they may have to. We have no direction from the mayor's office. Police are overworked. I would imagine Chicago Pops. Chicago, what Philly was in the 60s. Wow. Okay, stop. Stop. Federal government can't police every state. Lots of money will be spent. That's true. They can't, but they got to do something. Trump needs to get in their states and whip them into shape. Kids that do that really have mental issues, you know. Normally I would say yes, Dawn, but the way sometimes that we're not teaching children these days and just expect them to know what to do, I don't know anymore. Yeah, the best thing to do is just get rid of Rahm, vote him out, get somebody else in, or just tell him to step down now. Gracie, welcome. See, you're staring at them. I love how she's speckled all over. That's so cute. Chicago needs Jesus. That's true, Danielle. Try to make a page for her, and yes, he should go to Chicago. Yeah, maybe I should. Teach the kids common sense. A lot of times, parents don't teach their kids anymore. They just say, "Well, why don't they know that?" And I tell parents that's why they have parents, because they don't know that, and it's your job to teach them that, and it really is. No, Valerie, vote GOP. That simple. Yep. Part Dalmatian. No, I think she's Whippet and Terrier. Barbara. Chicago blames it on the lack of education. That's bullcrap. I had a rescue dog. She will come around. National Guard is a short-term fix. That's true, Chicago. Chicago Pops, yep. It really is. But they need to do something in Chicago. They think public schools are teaching them, what a joke. Going to have to turn certain neighborhoods into prisons, basically. Well, you know, Marlene, certain neighborhoods have become prisons because people are afraid to go outside. I wouldn't go outside in those parts of Chicago. You're sliding. You're sliding. I don't know if you saw also in Santa Fe, Texas, the Santa Fe High School where there was a shooting back in May where 10 people died and 10 people were injured. They have come back in gangbusters. Blame the parents, no one else, BC said. Internet will be their demise of young kids. Yeah, think so, Beck. So the Santa Fe, Texas High School basically has spent $1.6 million to protect their children. They have put in security cameras. They put in, hello from China. They put in metal detectors, and they have hired more security. Hey, Sarah. And so, as I said, they have spent a lot of money, $1.6 million. They spent that over the summer to make sure that the children were protected when school started again. I have an article up at SusanKnowles.com about it. It tells you everything that they did to make sure that a shooting like that never occurs again. Now, other schools could have done that over the summer too. Makes me grateful my children love the Lord and are homeschooled. Yes. Yes, Robin, absolutely. She had her morning nap already. No, she needs her morning nap. Gracie thinks she's a puppy. She does. And, you know, in a lot of respects, Barbara, she's 2. But because she's never done anything, she is like a puppy. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. She kind of acts immature like a puppy. But I think it's really good that Santa Fe took those steps to protect the children. We're getting arm protection in our local schools. Good, Renee. Soft growl. I know. The growls in just different times. If you're around food, she growls even more. The parents threatened to not send their kids back to Santa Fe. Well, Joey, I don't blame them, and they should have threatened that. I think every school ought to have metal detectors, beefed up security. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you on YouTube. What time? I will be putting that show from God's Views on Political News. It's on at 1 o'clock Eastern to 1 to 2, so about 3 o'clock, somewhere around in there. Gracie is 2. That means she's a teenager right now. I know, Lori. But she was abused, Lori. She's a dog that I saved from being... She was going to be killed in a kill shelter that day that I went and got her. She was very abused. She did a lot of things that were really, really bad. Chasing her tail, biting her tail off. It was really bad. Was it on yesterday? Could not bring it up. Barbara, God's Views on Political News is on today at 1 o'clock. My dog has a growl when she's happy, even when she got a new bed. So cute. Our Sheriff's Department is taking care of security here for the schools, hired more deputies. That's good, Robin. But I still think we need metal detectors in every single school. Yeah, that was your problem, Barbara, where you were a day early. That's why. Susan, do I have to subscribe to you on YouTube? You don't have to, Danielle, but it would be great if you did. That way you'll get all the notifications. You'll know when everything's there. And it gives me more subscribers. I can work towards the 1,000 subscribers that I need to continue to grow. So, one of my dogs growls like that. She growls all the time, Dawn. And it's scary when she does it because it's so deep. I grow too when I get a new bed. You growl too when you get a new bed, Beck said. All right, you guys. I'm going to let you go. I will see you again on, to monetize, Barbara. You have to have 1,000. What about canines in school that roam in and out of the classrooms? They have that in California schools. Every now and then they'll bring them in to look for marijuana, but they don't have them there for safety reasons. Anyway, I will see you guys at 1 o'clock. God's Views on Political News on Facebook Live. See you then. Take care, you guys. I'll see you back on Thursday. All right. Thanks so much, YouTube. We'll see you again on Thursday. Hope you can see God's Views on Political News. Take care.